Science has solved many mysteries of the universe, but there are phenomena happening right here on Earth that still baffle scientists. We are diving into a world of unsolved riddles, from glowing spheres to inexplicable intelligence. These are scary things that science can't explain. Ball lightning. Imagine a thunderstorm outside and suddenly a glowing sphere flies into the room. Ball lightning is a rare and still little studied natural phenomenon that has puzzled scientists for centuries. It looks like a bright ball of fire, usually the size of an apple or a soccer ball. This mysterious sphere can hover in place or drift along an unpredictable trajectory. Eyewitnesses have seen it enter homes through windows or chimneys, and sometimes it even appears aboard airplanes. At the end of its life, the lightning either quietly fades or explodes with a loud bang. Science has no consensus on its nature. Some scientists consider it a special type of plasma, while others suggest it is a red-hot ball of burning gases. No theory has been definitively proven yet. Slime molds. How does a single-celled organism without a brain or nervous system manage to solve complex problems? Slime mold is a primitive organism that has neither a brain nor a nervous system. Nevertheless, it is capable of what is usually considered a sign of intelligence. For example, the slime mold navigates a maze and plots the shortest path to food. In another experiment, the slime mold practically recreated the Japanese railway system map. Moreover, these creatures can even learn and remember. A trained slime mold can pass on this new skill to its relatives by fusing with them. Scientists still cannot fully explain the mechanism behind this amazing behavior. Mysteries of animal migration. Animal migration is one of nature's most exciting and mysterious phenomena. Some routes still baffle scientists. Monarch butterflies travel thousands of kilometers each autumn, flying from the USA and Canada to Mexico. The butterflies that arrive for the winter are the descendants of those that left in the spring, meaning these butterflies have never been there before. How different generations manage to return to where their ancestors wintered remains a mystery. The European river eel swims across the entire Atlantic Ocean over 5,000 kilometers to the distant Sargasso Sea. The eels reproduce there and die, and the currents bring their offspring back to the shores of Europe over several years. No one has yet observed their spawning directly in the Sargasso Sea, and the details of the migration remain a secret. Sea turtles travel thousands of kilometers every year and return precisely to the same beaches where they themselves hatched from eggs. Scientists suspect that they sense the Earth's magnetic field like a built-in navigator, but exactly how they use this invisible compass is not fully understood. Spontaneous human combustion. The phenomenon of spontaneous human combustion is a situation where a person supposedly catches fire on their own without an external source of ignition. Science has not yet confirmed the reality of this phenomenon, but mysterious cases have been documented. Mary Reeser was found burned almost to ashes in 1951, while the room around her was virtually undamaged. Investigators couldn't understand how a fire of such intensity didn't destroy everything around. In 2010 in Ireland, a coroner officially declared the case of Michael Flaherty as spontaneous human combustion. Scientists proposed the human candle effect hypothesis. A small flame ignites clothing, and subcutaneous fat melts and feeds the fire, allowing it to smolder locally. Nevertheless, the mystery remains. It is often unclear why the victim couldn't escape and how the fire originated in such a strange way. The phenomenon still balances on the edge of science and legend. The ocean's twilight zone. Far beneath the water, at a depth of 200 to 1,000 meters, where sunlight almost fades, lies the mysterious twilight zone. It is cold there, the pressure is monstrous, and eternal twilight reigns. Life is abundant there. The twilight zone is home to more fish than all other parts of the ocean. Up to 90% of deep-sea animals produce their own cold light, bioluminescence. These inhabitants look like aliens. The anglerfish, for example, has a glowing lure lantern growing on its head. Every night, billions of inhabitants, fish, krill, and squid, rise to the surface in search of food. At dawn, this daily emigration retreats back into the depths. This daily emigration is the largest animal movement on the planet, yet we know disappointingly little about the Twilight Zone, and most of its inhabitants have likely not been described by science yet. Alzheimer's disease and déjà vu. Why does Alzheimer's disease occur? Science has still not found a precise answer to this question. It is known that beta amyloid plaques and tau protein tangles appear in patients' brains, which disrupt the work of neurons. However, scientists cannot say what triggers this pathological process. Hypotheses exist about genetics, chronic inflammation, and lifestyle, but the exact cause of the disease's onset remains unclear. Another brain mystery is déjà vu. This is the strange feeling of recognition, as though a certain event has already happened, although the person cannot recall when it was. Up to 97% of people have experienced déjà vu at least once in their lives. Hypotheses include split perception, the brain perceives twice with a minimal interval, or a memory error. The current moment is stored as a long-ago memory. It is difficult to study this enigma because it is almost impossible to induce déjà vu in a laboratory environment. Phantom sensations. How can something that isn't there hurt? Many people continue to feel a lost limb after amputation. This is phantom pain, which develops in 60 to 85% of amputation cases. Science cannot yet fully explain why the brain continues to feel the absent body part. Phantom pain is a communication failure between the body and the brain. The brain retains a body map on which the lost limb is still present. The brain receives distorted impulses from the remaining nerve endings or even from other parts of the body. For example, a touch to the cheek can cause the feeling of an amputated hand being touched. After centuries of observation, medicine has still not fully unraveled how and why the brain feels what has long been gone. The Fermi paradox. If the universe is so vast, strewn with billions of stars, then where are all the other civilizations? Why haven't we met any of the aliens yet? This question is known as the Fermi paradox, the contradiction between the high probability of extraterrestrial life and the complete absence of any signs of it. Our galaxy is billions of years old, and we haven't detected any radio signals or traces of other intelligence. Hypotheses include intelligent life is incredibly rare, other civilizations quickly perish, for example by destroying themselves with wars or global catastrophes, or highly advanced aliens are watching from afar. The great silence of the universe remains one of science's greatest mysteries. We've explored the unsolved mysteries of nature, the brain, and the cosmos. These phenomena remind us that even in an era of great scientific discoveries, we remain on the threshold of a vast, unexplored world. If you enjoyed this tour, don't forget to like this video. And of course, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to not miss out on our next journey.